It says MrBeast crew allegedly compared his new reality show to the infamous Fi. I think I said that right. Festival. Did I say Fi?
You
Fire
did.
Festival?
You
Man,
did
my
say
bad.
Fi.
Anyway, Fire. I got it.
Failed to prevent sexual harassment. Participants weren't provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. Several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment. This is wild, dude. This is wild.
The fact that MrBeast got
hostile working conditions,
$100 million to do this show, and this is the stuff that's coming out now. You've got Amazon involved. I don't know, man. Like either they can just go through it and they'll come out and say no, it wasn't like that. These are just a few people that were upset, you know, and then or it could be something a little more serious. But the thing is, MrBeast started off making videos on YouTube with his friends doing like silly stunts, basically, right? Like that's how it got started.
Yeah,
I don't know, like,
and doing silly stuff.
As it started like progressing, he got a little more elaborate. He basically spent a lot of money in his videos, and you know, and just did things like that. But he always tried to, like, in listening to his interviews, he always tried to one up the next one, right? Like, so he's like, we've got to spend more money and we've got to do more and we've got to do more because, you know, the views were like, he was talking about like how the views started like fading. So he tried to do something else. But his early on videos were like, they would rent out like a roller coaster at some small fair and they would just ride it all day and film it. Now he's got $100 million, right? You give this kid from North Carolina $100 million to get contestants to do something. I don't know if he just wasn't prepared for it. I'm not trying to like defend the man or anything, but you look at there's a couple devil's advocate things here. Today's generation is kind of soft, right? So can we just be honest? Not everyone, but today's generation is they're kind of weak.
The Gen Zers, man, they're on a different level.
So you wonder if like some of them just get misgendered or they didn't use their proper pronouns. If they put that into sexual harassment, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that that's the case, but we've seen that happen before. It's like, they won't use my preferred pronouns on the set. I'm being sexually harassed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And this is Beast Games. So is this because he did his Squid Games kind of mock-up, like the real life Squid Games? Is this kind of like his version of that? They're making it a real thing. Listen, I know nothing about MrBeast. I've never watched a MrBeast video. They're for kids. So is this like,
I don't know. It's like Amazon decided like this is the #1 YouTuber. You know, he's world famous. Everybody knows who he is. So let's just do a show together. Let's see what he can do with $100 million budget. But here it's like several contestants ended up hospitalized. So obviously they didn't have the right people in place to keep people safe. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subject to chronic mistreatment. I don't know where that falls in line. Chronic mistreatment.
That could mean anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Degradation.
They're not using my pronouns. Like the bathroom wasn't cleaned. I don't know. Degradation and
for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. What does that mean? They weren't pampered. They weren't given their makeup and their mascara.
It could be a million things. That's what we won't know until this thing comes out. Now, with people suing Amazon, do they think that Amazon will just be like, all right, we got a good show here. Can we just lock this lawsuit down and just pay these people off and let's move on? You know, a lot of times when Disney gets sued, they drag it out. If it doesn't get thrown out to a certain point, they just they settle out of court. A lot of these big corporations just settle out of court because they don't want to deal with it. So it makes you wonder if that was you know, a motive. I don't know. I don't know, but this participants weren't provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. What does that mean? Uninterrupted. Like that.
Uninterrupted means like lunchtime. We're taking a break lunchtime. You guys have an hour where it's like, listen,
I get that.
you
but
got to
it's like
know what you're signing up
uninterrupted.
for. You got to know what you're signing up for. If this is something with the Beast Games, whatever it is, like, and if you have to always be on your toes and ready for something to happen, like within this game show that you have signed up for, you got to know what you signed up for. Okay. Not everything is going to be pampered for you and laid out on a fucking silver platter. Where if you're competing for, I'm guessing, a lot of fucking money, maybe it's part of it. You might get a snack time. You might get a tuna sandwich or a turkey sandwich, and then we're going back to business. Okay, you don't just get an hour or 2 hours just to get your Starbucks.
Well, that's the thing. Like, this is the big one: the sexual harassment, and then also if you weren't paying people what they were supposed to be paid. So are those staffers that were hired from Amazon? You know, so all that's
That's true.
I personally think no matter what, Amazon's going to show this because they spend a lot of money on this, and whatever happens in court is going to happen. The biggest YouTuber, it's been quite the year for MrBeast. Could this be the end? Could this be the end of MrBeast? Could he just say, you know what? I've had enough. I'm just going to
I don't think so.
Sell my Lunchables and be done with it.
I don't think he's done, man. He's almost hit a point where he's too big to be canceled. But you never know.
But the thing is what else can he possibly do?
He doesn't need to do anything for the rest of his life. He's got enough money for his kids, his grandkids, and his great grandkids.
I get that, but some people they just need to keep working because that's all they have. You know, like that's all. Yeah, who knows?